How to go from uncertainty to certainty when you are on a journey to create your dream business. The visualization process that you can do, seeing yourself attaining that goal and seeing yourself attaining goals beyond that goals even at many levels. Hi, beautiful soul. So I have 3 main points that I want to share with you. And the first point is to embrace uncertainty on the journey because it's an integral part of the journey. To create your dream business, you really want to make sure that is aligned with you. And along the journey, you can feel uncertainty. You can feel like you don't have clarity. You can feel like you are confused. That was the case for me when I was trying to find out what my niche is that is most aligned to me, right? And I couldn't find that niche. So I decided that I would create videos on subjects that really align to me, or give my own point of view to subjects that are interesting for me. And this is how with time I could refine what I want to talk about. So if someone else listens to my content on my YouTube channel, they might be able to know what my niche is, even if I am not able to articulate what my niche is. And this is how with time I can see that the things that really resonate with me are things that are aligned with the soul, right? I want to awaken people to be aware of that part of themselves, that spiritual part of themselves. That's why in the past 10 years ago or something, when I embarked on this journey, I created Nurture Body and Soul, because I've discovered how the success is not just the material success, but it's also the spiritual success, which means that we need to listen to our soul and to understand the divine order and to align with that divine order and with the message of our soul, because this is when we have the most fulfillment. So how does it look like when you are creating a business? Well, you want a community that is aligned with your message, right? A soul-aligned community. You don't just want the subscribers coming from all over the place, but then not even engaging with your content because they were not aligned with it to start with, right? It also means that you create from a space of alignment because you really value creating something that is aligned with your soul. And you embrace uncertainty when, for example, you don't have clarity about what is my niche. You don't have clarity about who is my audience. You can choose to serve yourself 5 years ago or 10 years ago. What are the problems that you were facing then? And what have you learned so far that you can now share with the people? And how can you simplify the process on that journey? So right now, I just recorded a session for my course and our kids came back home. But since I am already ready, prepared with my makeup and everything, I decided that I wanted to do a video also for my YouTube channel. And since the king came back, well, he gives you all this beautiful gift of the Lego people aligned there behind me, right? It's a beautiful touch and I just move with the flow. So I cook something very fast for them to be able to eat while I am sitting here and doing this relatively short video in order to let you with this message. So one aspect of what I was sharing in the session today in my course Feminine Rebirth was about one point that we sometimes are not aware of is the hidden phases of the self-sabotage. In what form is self-sabotage hiding for you? Is it overdoing, like being in stress mode, over-editing, and until your wrist hurt, like I experienced last time with trying to upload 3 videos in 3 days? What is it for you? Is it fighting against what you know works for you? For example, I had this aha moment. What if me constantly being in duality with my makeup? Do I wear makeup? Do I not wear makeup? It's so much ease to be without my makeup. What if it was a hidden phase of the self-sabotage, right? Because I can clearly see how my energy is different when I'm wearing makeup versus when I'm not wearing makeup. So why do I go back and forth about it, thinking that it might be detrimental for my health? Well, taking the time to really nurture myself with the food that I eat, with taking care of my sleeping enough, it really makes my skin be at her most beautiful aspect. It's really beneficial for my skin. I might be able to find some makeup that is more clean, that is more healthy. So this is one aha moment that I had lately, and I decided that I will listen to myself, but also I gave myself permission to create some videos without makeup because it's another side of my authenticity, right? But at the same time, if I want to play with makeup, I give myself also permission to play with makeup and to go deeper to see what is the real cause of the imbalances in my skin. I'm so grateful for having that feedback system, right? But what system is it for you? Sometimes it can be the stress, and then we feel anxiety or something. It is our body, our inner guidance trying to give us the message. Maybe we are not aligned anymore, or maybe we need some refinement. We need to go inside and find that soul alignment again before we can continue on our journey, before we can really get out of a plateau. All right, so moving on to the next point that I want to share with you. This is about connecting with your inner vision again. Connect with that intuition. Sometimes it can be seen as a lack of creativity, right? Being in that creative block. Well, one thing that really helps me is to follow my creative cycle, and it's generally linked to my feminine cycle as well, the menstrual cycle. So at some phases I will be very inspired, very creative, right? And at other phases I will be more like with myself and in the resting phase. And what I've discovered is that in that resting phase, when you give yourself permission to really rest, you are planting the seed of your creativity, because you will have some inspiration, maybe from a movie that you are watching, maybe from a fasting that you are doing. After that, you will gain some clarity, and you can use that clarity in your next phase of creativity. When you have the next phase of creative burst of inspiration, I really recommend that you batch your content, right? So this is how I was able to do today a session for my course, Feminine Rebirth, and also I am recording this video for the next phase. And if you are in the editing process and you feel like, oh, I don't want to edit anymore, let that project there. Maybe you take another video that you can edit, or maybe you change and you go and do some mundane things like cleaning or cooking or doing the laundry, right? Something that will take your attention away from all that creative chaos maybe and make your mind rest first. And then you can see, okay, what we feel really good to do right now. It's a beautiful question that I love to ask myself. And if it's a Netflix movie that I want to watch, then I give myself permission to watch that at least for 20 minutes. I have the Pomo Focus on my computer that I love to use, and then I can stop, right? So connecting with our inner vision also means that we remember why we started this whole thing at the first place, right? Connecting with something deeper, for me, it was a calling from my soul. Like, I listen to my intuition and I understand that I am not meant to be in a 9-to-5 job, for example. I am meant to create my own thing and to inspire other people with that knowledge that I have, with that wisdom that I have, because it has really transformed my life to discover those things about how our soul is guiding us, and how there is a divine order that is above everything that you want to create in your life, right? And that there is always that divine order that will prevail no matter what is happening, even when we think that people are doing this and that. Well, it is because you have a lesson to learn that those things are happening in your life. So that was so beautiful for me to learn, and that's why I have to, in some way. And I love to transmit this message to the people who are aligned, who need to hear this. And connecting with that inner vision also means that you listen to the message of your soul. Because what we admire in the people that we admire is their authenticity. It's that they are following their own guidance, their own soul, their own formula. And it's the same for you, how you will be able to create your own formula by following your own inner guidance. Because we are different. Yes, we can invest in ourselves and learn from other people. That is a beautiful thing to do. And then we take the blueprint and we see how it applies to us. And we create our own version from there, and we continue to go forward that way. So a really important point also for me is to invest in myself. And when I get into uncertainty, what really helps me and change everything is to go deeper in the material I've invested in. So when you get clear on your vision, you will have a sense of purpose that will help you even when things feel confused, when things are not clear, and when you feel that sense of uncertainty, like, am I going to be successful with this thing, right? And that vision will pull you forward. And remember, this is the part of your feminine energy. When you learn to tap into that intuition, that inner guidance, and when you trust it, you trust the process, you trust the divine order, that even if you are not able to see right now how everything will work out together, at one moment, you will see how to integrate all of this. And in my course, I was talking about, for me, the journey was learning about business first, and then learning about YouTube, and trying to grind and not sleeping enough and trying to make it happen, right? With force and using the time that I have, because I thought if I'm taking care of my family in the day, then at night is the time that I have. So instead of sleeping, I'll be editing my video and make it's so beautiful. Like, if you can see my first videos, they are really, really well edited, what you can call over edited, right? Because now I've simplified my process of editing a little bit more, and I don't care so much more about putting those B-rolls and all of that, like I talked in my video about creating the feminine way. Creating your YouTube content the feminine way. I am more concentrated now on the message, on the activation that I can give, on the inspiration that I can give through the examples and the story and sharing from my heart, right? Talking about the shadow aspect, like embracing your shadow. Sometimes when you are over editing like that, it's because you are not ready to face one aspect of your truth that you haven't embraced yet. And for me, that was the experience that I had lately. I needed to speak openly, like I speak in one video, like this video is meant for you, when I talk about the way I see all the spiritual evolution of the soul aspect, right? Okay. And so by connecting with that inner guidance, by connecting with your soul wisdom, you will understand more. I love this definition of genius. Like, a genius is someone who listens to the message of their soul and who follows that. When you go deep in the story of Albert Einstein, you will see that he says that he's as well a scientist as an artist, right? And he can use his intuition and imagination as well as his use science. And you can see what he has been able to create in the science world, right? It's a real genius for our time. So trusting your intuition and allowing your journey to unfold is really a powerful thing that you can do when you are in a moment of uncertainty. Now, moving on to the next point that I want to share with you is to take consistent, aligned action. Give yourself permission to experiment, to expand your boundaries, to try new things, right? This is how I was able to try to publish 3 videos in 3 days. Of course, I took the time to prepare those videos in advance, but the results that I've been able to see with those 3 videos in 3 days have really been a shake-up for me, and see what is possible. And how can I make that easy for me? So the aligned action that you are going to take, at the beginning, it can feel like, oh, I won't be able to do this. But how can you make it normal for you? How can you make it like it feels easy in your body when you think about that thing? For me, it is catching that feeling inside of me, that anxiety or excitement about something, and to say, I can see you. Okay, you are worried about this thing, but how about we make it our normality, right? And I talk in my course about the visualization process that you can do, seeing yourself attaining that goal and seeing yourself attaining goals beyond that goals even at many levels. So imagine that you already have your goal. Now, how do you feel, right? And then imagine that person who already has your goal and what does she feel now, right? You embody all those aspects, and that is how you can. At the beginning, you were thinking, I cannot do 3 videos a week. That was my case, right? I'm already stressed to bring out 1 video a week. But now, by simplifying my process and making it more easy, I'm now able to create 3 videos a week, like I have proven to myself with that small experiment last week, right? Well, that is how you can expand what you are capable of doing and make it so easy, so normal for you that it becomes a normal part of your life. And you can experiment like that and see how your body reacts with it, how easy it is for you, how pleasurable it is for you. But also understand, like I shared in my video, how to gracefully move through changes that I will link also. And the point is to embrace, support, and challenge equally on this journey, because that is really the secret of certainty, right? You know that on this journey, there will be challenges, inner challenges and outer challenges. The inner challenges are like the truth that you have to face with yourself, right? The shadow work that you have to do, embracing and loving parts of yourself that you are not so comfortable for everyone to know about. Because when you embrace them, you are liberating yourself and you are really taking your power back. You are putting light on the shadow, and this is how that shadow disappears and helps you integrate more that shadow within and helps you to be more light and less shadow in your embodiment, right? So this is really the secret to embrace all what is on your journey, the challenges, the support, even that uncertainty is here to guide you to bring more clarity, to bring more certainty. How do you do this? By accepting that despite being challenged, despite whether you feel pleasure or not, you are going to follow your intuition, ask for God guidance, and continue to go forward, taking God on your team and continue to go forward. So you can hear the kids talking there. I pushed to do this video because I'm already with my makeup and I didn't want to take my makeup away without doing a video for my YouTube channel also. And this is how I batch my content in order to be able to create. So if you can hear the noise from the kids, it's okay, right? It is how we embrace our true nature, our authenticity, and let flow with that. Instead of saying, oh, the kids are back, so I cannot create. All right. So now I will leave you with this. And until next time, stay inspired. I love you. Bye-bye.